Coming up on Talk is Cheap, the Donald Marshall story. We've got his letter to the internet. We're talking about it. And if it's true, ladies and gentlemen, we got our work cut out for us. Up next on Talk is Cheap. Gentlemen, welcome to another episode of Talk is Cheap. My name is Pete Halbleib. Glad to be here. And to my right and in the middle is...
the one and only Dan Hohlfeld.
All right, Dan, how's it going this evening?
I'm doing fabulous.
Good, awesome.
Just fabulous, not great, but fabulous.
But fabulous. That's better than great, right? And on the end, who do we got down there?
This is Dusty Long.
Hey, welcome, Dusty.
Oh, hello, sir.
How are you doing?
I'm doing really good. Yourself?
I'm doing well as well.
It is nice. It is nice.
Yes, it is.
To be doing this fine.
Yes. Gentlemen, before we begin,
is this a White House press briefing before we begin?
Yeah.
Before we begin, I know that myself.
Before we begin,
taking questions
I was
after
just
the statement.
recently, hiding in the bushes, among the bushes. Anyway,
I would too. That press is scary. They fucking.
Oh yeah, they'll come right at you, jugular and everything, man.
Yeah.
They'll twist your words and
It's
agendas.
all those little stupid, like, what is it called? The lawyer talk.
Oh,
They're trying to
yeah.
get you on every little thing.
Oh yeah,
Those fuckers.
yep.
Not that we've had a press conference like that, but
Yep.
one day.
Someday we'll be hiding in the bushes too. Anyway, before we begin my topic, and this one was suggested by, I believe, by a viewer, Ms. AW3000 or MSAW3000. I'm assuming it's Ms. AW3000. Recommended this topic about Donald Marshall. Okay, I hadn't heard about Donald Marshall. Mm-hmm. I started reading some of the stuff online about him and what his claims, and all I could think about was this video clip. And I'm going to play the video clip first because about 3 or 4 times I'm going between different websites reading about this, I had the same reaction, okay? Mm-hmm. So a lot of our viewers probably have already seen this, but I'm going to play it for everybody just in case you haven't. And this is how I felt many times moving through this particular topic.
I'm interested.
We have a giant shark here. I don't feel like a giant shark.
Right there.
Right there. Okay. So that's how I felt right there. And I'm going to play this one more time because it's so classic. It's freaking classic.
Go full screen.
Okay, we're going to bump this sucker up full screen. We're going to play it again. Okay, here's the shark. That's how I felt. Okay, and I think that my shock meter is set pretty high, or whatever.
Yeah.
It takes a lot for me to do this.
What the hell is this topic? Because you never even told us
okay.
the hell you're doing.
I'm so interested now.
So Donald Marshall. Okay, he's a gentleman. Let me pull up.
He's a
here.
gentleman.
Is he a gentleman? Do you know this?
I
Did
don't
he take
know
you out
that.
on a date?
Okay, I don't know personally, but he's a fella. Okay, that claims to have intimate knowledge of the elite, the Illuminati, the Vril Society, whatever you call it, just the people controlling the planet, about their depraved behaviors and what they do at their little secret get-together places, and they do this with clones. Okay,
Really?
and
We know some fucked up shit to do with #Pizzagate.
Oh, yeah.
Pizzagate, right?
That's
Yeah,
all right.
#Pizzagate, right? It's really weird, and as I delved into this, he does a lot of interviews. Okay, what I was looking for was some solid evidence, be it photographic evidence, video evidence, even documents or something that would verify this. What we got is a guy by the name of Donald Marshall with one hell of a story. Okay.
Yeah.
And there are video clips, on YouTube. There's interviews with him. There's many, many of them. They're hours long. I wasn't going to delve into it too much here because we're just going to basically scratch the surface of this here. Okay. So Donald Marshall claims that the elite have the technology, potentially given to us through aliens or other ancient civilizations or ancient technology.
Well, that's a given.
Right?
Of course we do.
Yep. Okay. They're using this technology to do things to satisfy their most effed up desires and depravity, and trying to one up one another with what they can get away with doing to other people in the form of clones. Okay, so hold on.
Good Lord.
Oh yeah. Okay, and he supposedly from like the age of 5 was taken to these secret Illuminati meetings and stuff, and he witnessed it, and then eventually he was actually then brought in as a subject that was being tortured, abused, raped, all this crazy stuff. How they do it, okay?
Underground.
Well, underground or secret layers. He
Secret underground layer.
He talks a lot about a place in Western Canada that he felt was some sort of underground bunker system arena. He described it as like almost like an ancient gladiator Roman kind of thing, dirt floor where all sorts of weird things.
It's like right out of the movies.
It is. It's. Hold on.
He says, "Hold on."
Right there, man. Okay. I mean, right there, boom. That's how I felt right there. What is this guy talking about, man? Okay. So anyway, we'll switch it back over here, and I'll scroll down a little bit here. And this is a letter that he wrote. Okay. How they do this. Okay, he's been cloned by a large secretive cult known as the Freemasons and the Vril Society. It comes with a lot of different names to Illuminati, the elite, you name it, call it what you want, it rolls by any other name.
The assholes.
Yep, together called the Illuminati. They make replicated bodies of people to victimize them in terrible ways. Okay, they can clone people, and they do a duplicate clone so that it's not like I just take a little bit of your DNA and in a petri dish I make an egg, or I fertilize an egg or whatever, and I grow a baby and an infant. They have the technology to take your DNA and create a replica of you.
Like right now.
Right now. Yep. At however old you are, how you look right now. Okay.
So that doesn't even blow my mind at all. I definitely believe that they got that.
Yeah, and for me, it's starting to push my comfort zone with what the heck's going on a little bit.
That's nothing. You got nothing on me yet.
He believes in Bigfoot, but cloning's fucking way too far for him.
This type of cloning is because when they clone you, your body is kept in basically a form of stasis. You're unconscious but alive, and how they animate this clone is they wait for you as an individual to fall asleep, and you hit your REM cycle, your REM, your rapid eye movement cycle of your sleep stage. And that's now where they can take other technology, basically grab your consciousness due to the wavelengths or whatever, however they do it. They grab your consciousness and then dump you into this lifeless clone body, and you wake up and you're in a different area. To completely different location. You're brought into this arena and things happen to you. Sometimes they say that they go and they will torture you in front of a crowd, cut you open, or they'll do like their wildest, most depraved sexual fantasies to you, sodomizing you in front of people, like almost a competition. Okay. So you could go to sleep tonight. Okay. And then in the middle of the night, you wake up and you're in this big arena.
So they can take you out without you being in the place.
Right, absolutely. They could transport you 3,000 miles away.
Will they transport you back
after they're done with you? Yes, then they transport you back in your body. You wake up and you're like, oh my God, that was the craziest nightmare I've ever had and stuff. And this Donald Marshall guy claims that he's multiple times have had this happen to him. And he also claims that like famous politicians, actors, actresses, government heads are participating in this. He mentioned names like Mila Kunis was there.
She's hot as shit.
Who's that?
Yeah, from that 70s show.
Oh yeah.
Come on, man.
That's
the Book
right.
of
I didn't know her name, but yeah.
Okay.
She's a dime.
And it's really weird because he really fixates on this whole molesting and sexual depravity thing, which
that sounds like something else.
When you look into it, though, when they put you in those situations, that's when the most energy is excreted. That's why they feed off of that.
Yep, and it's probably easy to grab that wavelength, dive down into your consciousness and transport it. So here's his letter, okay? Oh, God. They make replicated bodies of people to victimize in terrible ways. They clone children from men with underdeveloped penises to have sex with.
That's not what I was laughing about. I was laughing about the second paragraph. I'm sorry.
It's a torture and child molesting factory. He was one of those children, and he was too young to keep the perverts off of him. He started singing songs, original songs. So, he also claims to have written famous songs that have been that he sells to celebrities and stuff.
That's what I thought was funny. He's like, because he's talking about being tortured. Then he says, I started singing songs, original ones, very good ones. Like,
he wouldn't sell them to the celebrities, though.
They're the same people that are fucking him.
He would sell them to the Hollywood or the record labels.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Boom. What?
Makes sense when you're saying
so he's getting raped, molested, and then he starts singing songs, and then now they cash good ones. Now they cash in on him and make him write songs.
That's a little awkward.
Yes.
There's something about, like, when you look into these new pop songs, it's always the same BPM.
I don't know how to make
It's basically the devil's beat.
Yeah, the devil's beat, because there's something inside of every human being that when they hit that syncopated rhythm, it's the equation. That's why they can just take anybody off the street, auto-tune them, and they put the beat.
Oh, yeah,
and
absolutely.
now you got the next top 10 hit.
And then they just lip sync when they're on stage.
Yeah, right? Yeah, auto-tune or lip sync. Yep, absolutely. Okay, so you can see, like, he's a 5-year-old. He smashed him in the face, throwing him around. When he turned 30, they allowed him to remember these clone memories, okay? So not everybody gets to remember them.
Why would they let him?
Yeah, right? They think they're sly and untouchable. They made the movie The Island and Inception about this subject.
Both good movies.
Yeah, right? And kind of, maybe tipping their hand about what's out there. So continuing through this letter, you can see, and I'm not going to read it to you, but
This is his letter, right?
Yeah, this is his letter that he wrote. And he specifically...
Who did he write it to?
This...
Is it just a form?
Yeah, I guess I'm not exactly sure.
Important letter to hit the internet, okay.
Yep. Okay, so he specifically calls out the Queen of England. The old lady,
with the corgis?
Yeah, right, with the corgis. Apparently, that the Queen has been heading this up and does awful things to people. What's interesting is that when I looked up the Queen of England, there was an organization that brought charges against her and Prince Philip, Prince Charles, for child trafficking. But apparently the group that brought the charges, there's no valid, they have no legal standing or whatever, but they're accusing her of basically a pedophilia ring. And that's another thing too. In the news recently, there's been a lot of pedophilia, human trafficking rings busted up, but not a lot of mainstream coverage talking about it.
Well, didn't they have something about the White House and all those fellers there, that Pizzagate type thing had that where, oh shit, I can't remember his name, but they showed a video and they were taking pictures with vice president or some shit, and he was like touching the girls some way.
Joe Biden.
Yeah, Joe Biden. And they're saying that, they run this pedophile ring too up in the White House, and the CIA was the FBI. One of them got busted sharing these files, but nothing got done with it. I don't know. I didn't do a lot of research.
Thrown under the bridge. I see he called out, go back up a little bit, Putin.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
Essentially a cowardly pervert.
What? See, now I heard he was one of the good guys because he got taken up on one of the ET ships.
It covers a lot of different areas, and it's not really doesn't align with a lot of stuff that some of the pieces do, but this is a whole new.
But the thing here too, we talk a lot about mind control and stuff. Could he be under a form of mind control?
Yes.
Especially after he's been through all that.
Which is great. I want to mention one thing, and I want to talk about the mind control piece, okay? Because one thing I wanted to mention is that he calls out Bernie Mac. Remember, he died of an aneurysm at 50 or something like that. Mm-hmm. Allegedly, that's because Bernie Mac was not going along with
all the other shit
that was going on. He was brought into this and wasn't, and so then they made him have an aneurysm through their technology or whatever, and they killed him.
He says all this takes is a few lie detector tests. I will volunteer for them. So he's actually saying, I will take a test to prove it.
Yeah, he's saying he will.
But he can easily believe what he believes if you implant that memory.
Yeah, there is a problem with lie detector tests. Absolutely.
Yep. Oh, absolutely. Yep. Yeah, lie detector tests are not infallible. Okay. So you talked a little bit, Dan, just a minute ago about mind control and stuff. There's also another thing that he talks about called droning. Okay, different
we
than
do that all the
cloning.
time.
Oh, droning. Flying drones left and right. Yeah. I've never raped mine, but
Okay, well, he talks about a vril parasite, basically. Okay, that enters its host body, and then the human goes through some agony and some pain and stuff, but then all of a sudden the consciousness of the human is replaced by the consciousness of this parasite.
Where is that from?
I think about it from Stargate SG-1 with what are the bad guys they're always fighting in SG-1? They have the lizard people in the chest. I forget what they're called, but
well, I was gonna say they're talking about like zombies because I like zombie shit, and there's a parasite that gets into spiders and whatnot. And it takes over the brain of the spider and then like just feeds off of them, but runs them around and controls them to a point. There's a video game like that, Last of Us. Yeah, Last of Us. It has the same type of thing where it's a parasite that takes over the brain and just kind of feeds off the body, but runs that until it's no good.
See,
and
what
then it
this
gets
reminds
split
me
off.
of, when I hear it, is the X-Files, that black ink stuff.
oh yeah,
And that gets and takes over the host.
Yep.
I only saw that.
And then controls them.
And that's
yep.
come up more than once in our research on other topics too.
Interesting.
Yep. One interesting thing too is when you become a drone, you have excessive or increased blinking, or lip licking may possibly occur. They have increased chance of the offspring, because you can breed now as a drone, have increased chance of syndromes and birth abnormalities. They're not nice people. It's a lizard consciousness who killed a human being to take over them. They're
Reptilian.
they're ruthless, psychopathic, sexually driven, and sadistic. Okay.
I may be a drone.
All right. It is also reported that their genitalia has an effect on that it has an effect on male genitalia, leading to the appearance of an underdeveloped penis.
Well,
Let's look.
I'm gonna have that problem too.
Let's look over here. Let's look
Son
over
of a
here.
bitch, I'm a drone, folks.
According to Donald Marshall, these people that are doing this cloning,
Yeah.
they make replicated bodies of people to victimize them in terrible ways. They clone children for men with underdeveloped penises to have sex with them. Okay, so now are these elite, these parasitic drones that then now are doing this other cloning? I mean, it's like full circle, right?
So the
Right
elite
at that
are
point.
using the parasitic clones to make clones.
The elite
so they
are
can,
the parasitic drones, and they're making clones to satisfy their sadistic sexual
Urges.
urges.
Holy shit! Someone call Steven Spielberg. This is a hell of a movie.
That's. I mean, seriously.
Damn.
Every time I keep reading, that's why I thought this is so dang appropriate. Let's watch this again, real quick here. Okay, let's start this.
What is he? I don't know why he's like that for the shark.
It's a big ass shark.
He just can't believe it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I thought he was acting like it was fake.
That fucker's big.
She's like, what?
Never going back in the water.
Yeah, no shit.
Me either.
I'm not going back in the water. Me neither. Don't blame
That's
him.
awesome.
So I mean, this topic itself is just crazy. I mean, it does go in and bring in other ancient civilizations, ancient cultures, and stuff like that in the talks. And what I'm focusing on here is his letter, which talks about he implicates all these world leaders. Which, you know, I'm definitely in the camp that there's a group of people that are controlling what happens on the planet financially, through
easily.
militarily,
I could agree with that.
economically, all
Yep.
that stuff. I mean, it'd be ridiculous to assume that there aren't people that are pulling those strings. I see it on a local level. We experience it on a state level. Imagine on a global level the strength and the power that these people have. And it's been like that for hundreds and hundreds of years. We talked about the how we're enslaved to money.
Yep.
And,
Rothschilds.
and all that stuff. And
Did you research that? They put his face on the
yeah,
Megadeth
the
album?
Megadeth album. Yeah,
Because I looked into that too a little bit.
Yeah,
and it is him on there, ain't
Yeah,
it?
let's bring that up. Dan, I'll let you drive. Do a Google search quick. I should have. That would have been one good picture. But yeah, he claims that his picture's on the Megadeth album.
No.
That is him. Yeah, from one of these torture.
Yeah, this one here.
Yeah, that's the Megadeth album there. And then you can see there's a comparison on the left there. Yep.
And this is him right there.
Yep.
No shit.
But I mean, did he post for that, or did they just take his in
Supposedly,
an interview?
there's a photo from when they were torturing him at one time as a clone.
That's like sick shit. But if you know the Megadeth guys, they're actually anti-New World Order. So I don't know if this is like they're trying to expose it.
Yeah, I'm not.
That's nuts.
I'm not that familiar, but yeah, that's one thing, right? Now, of course, people say, "Oh, humans don't vary that much in appearance," and you know, it may not really be him. It's just someone that looks like him. They brought up the crisis actor theory, right? Where all these crisis actors, people are saying it's the same person, but you know, a 16-year-old girl with long brown hair, how many of them do you have to find before they start looking similar, right?
I did some that crisis actor episode.
Oh yeah. Oh gee, see, and look at that. Then they talk about that Robert Picton guy from Canada that was feeding all these hookers to the pigs in his farm. Remember, he got busted for that, and they supposedly set up cameras. I mean, it blows your mind if this is true, man. The level of depravity and just what they're doing. You know, these super rich people.
Wait, stop. They've said I'm the new age Jesus.
Yes, which he's not. He is not claiming to be.
Oh, he's not saying he is, but I mean it's
what
crazy.
he's describing is that all these rich, famous people, powerful people are doing just the most ungodly, depraved things to other people just to get their kicks. If I had all the money in the world and all the power in the world, that'd probably be the last thing that I'd want to do is start torturing people. I'd want to help them.
It's something about when you get power, though, that
there's something
they
in
just
there
like
about
that
some.
stuff.
And if you've been infected by a vril drone parasite that you don't even have control over it, and that's just what they do.
He says, I am tortured into making songs for nearly everyone on Much Music.
Okay, that was a TV station back in the day.
Oh, okay. They want me to give them video ideas, movie ideas,
that was
video
good.
game ideas. They want me to think of all kinds of stuff. That's just...
They clone people from all walks of life there and chain them down to stainless steel corpse tables or drug them so they can't move.
They even talk about the difference between Pop-Tarts and toaster strudel.
If this guy gets pissed and he comes on, you guys are interviewing him. That's all I can say.
Well, I'm not necessarily picking. I'm not picking on. I'm not laughing at. I'm like this. This is like over the top claims.
Yeah, and I'm not making fun of them, but I find it funny that they're like, hey, they ran out of shit to talk to me about, so they want to know the difference between Pop-Tarts and toaster strudel.
Yep. Mila Kunis just recently stabbed me a bunch of times.
Well, you could tell that she'd probably be psychotic that way. Pretty on the outside, but demon on the inside.
You know, these elite refer to people like us like peasants, you know. Anyway, so we're no different than worker bees, something to be expendable, you know.
Oh, absolutely.
We're pawns on a chessboard,
Yep.
right? What do you do with your pawns on a chessboard? You
Lay
just,
them out.
Yeah, you just sacrifice them.
I mean, that's all we are in essence anyway. Like TC keeps on saying, we're free-range chickens. We have the idea that we're free, but in all reality, we're just waiting for the chopping block. I mean, so, okay. Maybe this guy is one of those that they took free-range chickens they take and try new fucking shit on and whatnot. I'd like to see somebody else come out and say that he's gone through the same thing and see if their stories match up in any way, shape, or form.
Yeah, he needs some collaboration.
Yep. Because that would lead, you know, that'd be that bit
Look at
of
this.
truth. What
I
am I
know
missing?
exactly what
You can
you're...
email him. That's probably an old email address.
I mean, you know, Dan, I would absolutely love to get him on here to have a conversation with them. Because
I'll let you do a one-on-one with him if he's willing to do it.
Yeah, I'd be up for that. I'd certainly like some support there because
I'm sitting in the chair where TC's at then.
You know, I'm just like, this is so nuts and I shouldn't say it's nuts, but I mean this is like for me, you know, I mean,
This goddamn shark again.
I mean, this is exactly how I felt, man. I couldn't believe it. It was so appropriate for me.
Yeah, because I'm not saying that he's completely off his damn rocker, but
People
this
are
is
accusing him of being mentally ill.
This is one hell of a story. I mean, and what you're saying is so far out there. I'm not going to say he's wrong and it's not happening because
I'm not there. Yeah, it could absolutely, but I will say there is no evidence to really support it other than the story. So it's like I'm just like.
But if you could write a fucking novel on
How
this,
could you get evidence? That's the problem.
Well, there's been so many people apparently being tortured, raped, and everything else that you should.
It sounds like a big epidemic.
You would think
somebody else
like this is going on.
Yeah,
so,
I've been there too, and I know what he's talking about. And then they collaborate. I mean, then you have evidence. Right now, you got a guy with a great story.
Well, that's not true though, because we have had guys collaborate about ETs and UFOs. It's not enough evidence for you. So.
Oh, absolutely.
No, but
I'm an asshole.
well, see, but that's okay because evidence like that doesn't rise to proof. Okay, but it starts to gain a little bit more footing when it's like, you know what? I said that. Look what happened to poor Bill Cosby. As soon as one gal stood up, they had 17 others stand up, right?
It works both ways. And as a guy that's always looking for that shred of evidence, that proof, that in my hand proof, I don't ever disbelieve anybody. I'm not that type of guy. I'll say, I have a hard time believing what you're saying, but at the same, I'm never going to say you're fucking wrong. Everything that you said is completely horseshit. Even though once in a while I kind of want to, but so I'm not saying that this guy's completely off his rocker like you're saying, but
I didn't say he was completely off his rocker. Absolutely not.
That's what that means to me.
Yeah, that's what that means to me too. I don't know.
I guess you know what I should say that like I feel like I'm not ready to accept this.
It's very shocking.
Yeah,
it's very shocking.
Did you see when he originally posted that letter? Because I'm curious on that date, 2012.
That's what that says. Yeah.
Message board, but.
George Lucas had them light me on fire for the end of his movie Revenge of the Sith.
See, no, that's.
Wait a second.
So they lit him on fire.
Did it look like him? You guys watched the movie?
Yeah, it didn't look like him.
I see. It wasn't in the movie. They had Hayden, the guy playing Anakin, watch him so he could learn what the sounds were.
Oh, they wanted to scream.
Yeah, they wanted to know what the sounds were.
Let's get him on the show. Is this true?
Well, you know what? We might be able to because he is washed up now. So
wow. That's harsh,
what has he done since Star Wars?
What else do you have to do after Star Wars?
Well, good point.
Put me in Star Wars and I'm good for the rest of my life. I don't have to do that.
I will tell everything in person on camera.
Yeah.
Well, I guess it's just up to the viewer. It's what the hell do you believe?
Anyway, in the comments, folks. Yeah, absolutely. In the comments, I'd love to see if there's something I missed. I mean,
yeah. What else do you guys know? Because this ain't the first time that we were recommended to looking at Donald Marshall. This was the first person that said it, but there's been others that said we should look into him.
Yes.
So.
Yep. And it is such a large net to cast because every time I went into one area, 3 others would pop up. So I'd really be interested in hearing some thoughts and comments. But this is, if this is real, man, we are in we are in such dire straits as a planet right now, as a race, that we need to wake up and do something about it.
If this is real, then everything that we've ever talked about up to this point seems like child's play to this type of thing.
Yeah, right.
It really does.
Yeah, absolutely. So
Plus, a lot of the shit does go on because there's mass arrests of these pedophile rings that have been going on. You don't hear about it talked on the news at all.
Thousands of children a day go missing in the world.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, and so it's easy to it's not that hard to believe that.
Where the hell they're going?
Yeah. Where I start to really start to question is the actors, actresses, the whole songwriting thing, this whole REM-driven consciousness transfer, the droning. I mean, it's like got a little bit of everything,
Yeah, absolutely.
The conscious one works for me because I was exposed to that in the Montauk Project with Al B. Like he switched consciousness into another body.
Yep.
So that doesn't. Okay, I got that background covered. A lot of it, like I said, this ain't that bad for me to believe.
Yep.
It's just some of the things that when he cross-referenced, I think he said, if I remember right, all aliens are bad or something like that.
Yeah, yep. He does say that the aliens are evil.
Which
and
I don't
stuff,
believe. There's some that are bad, there's some that are good, and it's a matter of what your take is.
Yeah, I can see that.
He may have only been exposed to the bad ones, right?
Right, yeah, sure.
I think what's really shocking, like you said, it's not that far-fetched for the things we've said. It's just there's so much in one spot. It's not like, normally we cover somebody that's covering like one topic or one instance or one everything. This guy's covered 100. I mean, he's taken like all of our shows and taken little bits of it and thrown it in there and said, this is the letter of the most fucked up thing ever. And I think that's what's shocking about it. Like you're saying, is it's not one thing. It's not UFOs. It's not ancient civilization. It's not, free, Tesla or whoever else. This is anything and everything.
But this guy wrote, Hillary has 2 versions of herself. See, that's not hard to believe because we saw that on the campaign that looked like a different person.
Yep, right. And I forgot to mention this. Reminds me is that these Illuminati people that are making these decisions, they're not going to these secret meetings in person. They've got their clones. They transfer their consciousness so they can be anywhere on the planet. They transfer their consciousness at the same time, at night, and they meet and have secret meetings.
See, why would you do that though if you had teleportation technology?
I did not come across teleportation technology per Donald Marshall's account.
Okay,
But even if you had it, I'd still want to send a clone in case it gets rigged.
Okay, there was a movie on that too.
Yeah, or
wasn't there?
What a better way?
Surrogates, yeah.
What a better way to cover it up if you're in bed and you never had to go to the teleporter to go and leave. You're there and the camera's in your room and it's showing you sleeping, but you're really over here meeting with your cronies on what war you're going to fight next.
Yeah, you could literally be at work taking a power nap in your office or whatever. No one's going to bother you, and you're
having a conversation halfway across the planet.
So I want to touch about something real quick before we end the show. You were talking about going to sleep, and then when you're in your sleep, you this happens.
Yep.
But there's also the idea of when you go to sleep, you have those there's parallel realities of different decisions we made, and you're picking up on those too.
Right.
So,
Yep.
I mean, it's so complex. It's crazy.
Yep. Yeah. And who's to say that one or the other is true or are both going on? Right. Yeah.
So that could just be another parallel reality.
Yep.
Yeah. That's nuts.
Isn't this awesome what we're doing here?
Yeah.
I mean,
this is a really good subject.
One last time. I mean, that's how I felt.
I'm gonna have to cut them out and just set them right there.
It's
oh my
awesome.
God! Right.
All right, before I close this here, we're gonna watch this one last time. Okay.
Pete loves
from
this.
the beginning.
From the very beginning.
So big. We did it, man. We went green.
Big ass shark.
That is a big shark. Look at that.
The size of the guys' boats.
I am never going back in the water.
Me either.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you enjoyed the show tonight. It was a fun one for me, and please like, share, comment, tweet, Skype, whatever else, Facebook, MySpace.
Bitch and complain,
bitch and complain. We'd love to hear your comments. You guys are great. We're Talk is Cheap.